Joining Armin at the recent Ultra South Africa Dance Music Festival was Nick van der Wal, the Grammy Award-winning recording artist, producer and DJ known as Afrojack.
What made you want to become a DJ?
I went to a club when I was 14 and I really liked how people listened to the music and appreciated the music. And I really liked the music, so I thought, I'm gonna do something with this.
Afrojack started this year with fellow DJ David Guetta and singer Sia on a dance remix of Helium, a hit from the film soundtrack to 50 Shades Darker.
You've collaborated so many times with David Guetta. What is it about that friendship that inspires such great music?
Well, I don't know. I think it's always good to do stuff with people you like. And David's a really good friend of mine, so it's kind of easy to make music together. What inspired me to work on Helium was David asking me if I wanted to work with him on that song. And then what we created was just a more up-tempo version of the original.
What is the craziest thing that a fan has ever done for or to you?
I have a few fans that tattooed my logo or some of the lyrics on their arms or on their back. That's pretty crazy.
This is not your first time at Ultra South Africa. What is it about the crowds here that you love?
It's always very crazy. The crowd is very passionate. So I'm very happy to be here and be able to play my music to the people.
Afrojack's countryman Armin Van Buuren plays to a weekly radio audience of 37 million listeners across 84 countries, and this year releases a full online course teaching others how to make dance music when he's not keeping the party going around the globe.
What do you love about South Africa?
I have some really great memories here. I love the atmosphere, the culture. We have a historical connection, South Africa and Holland. Even some of our language is similar. So yeah, and I've had some of my best shows here.
Speaking about languages now, you speak Dutch, so Afrikaans would be easy. I wanted to teach you a Zulu word to say hello, because I'm Zulu.
Okay.
It's sawubona.
Sawubona.
So you've just said hello to South Africa in Zulu.
Sunny days lift me when I'm down.
You travel so many countries, DJing all over the world. How do you prepare for your different sets, especially now coming to South Africa?
Well, I always do a little bit of crowd investigation. I ask in my radio show every week if people have requests for my set, which is always helping me a little bit to see what kind of songs they expect and to see what tracks are really hyped up at that moment. I always try to reinvent myself, never try to go for the safe path and trust on the successes in the past. I think it's always important that you discover new territories within yourself, within your sound, within your production. Because music is always old, you know, as soon as you play it, it's old and you need to think of something new and you need to keep people on their toes and constantly think of something that people haven't seen before or haven't heard before.
And would you say that's the secret to keeping you at the top? I mean, you've been ranked #1 about 5 times and you're always in at least the top 50 all the time.
Yeah. It's very important to take your fans seriously, I would say. The fans are always very critical, which is their good right, and I think that's amazing. And it keeps me on my toes. Doing a weekly radio show is something that I really got a lot back from. Because when I started my radio show in 2001, social media came up, and the listeners were talking back. And this has been a very important process because I actually paid attention to what a lot of these people were saying. And that's how I could improve my DJ sets, my radio shows, my shows in general. And you have to take your fans very serious and know that they always expect the best.
Sex, Love and Water, you're single.
Yeah.
How is it going and what direction are you taking with it?
I was invited by Scott Storch, who is a very famous producer from LA, and I've been doing a lot of writing camps in several cities, in several studios around the world. And we were vibing in the studio and all of a sudden came out a funk track, which is not my sound, that I was super happy and excited about. It was something completely different, and my next single will be completely different again. So I guess I'm in a point in my life now where I feel more free to experiment with new sounds. And I also feel the need to keep learning and reinvent myself. And it's really funny that after being a producer for 20 years that I've learned that I can still learn so much. So I stopped working in the standard way, like with some loops and some beats and then throwing in some bass line. But with Sex, Love and Water, we just had acoustic instruments and we were vibing away. And I was writing the lyrics, you know. I'm not a lyricist, you know. So
new territory.
Yeah, it's all very exciting. Exciting to try new things and to shock people a little bit, because I want to show different sides of myself rather than just stay on the safe path.
So that's what we should expect from you in 2018, reinvention all the time.
Reinvention, I am, you know, veering between the unexpected and the expected, I would say.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
This month, Armin held the world's first zero-gravity concert, performed in a specially modified aircraft. Next stop, outer space.